يا رب. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه وولاه سلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد, we are with the book of Riyadu-Saleheen by الإمام النووي رحمه الله تعالى. It's in كتاب السلام. كتاب السلام يعني the section of السلام, the book of السلام, greetings يعني of peace. And this section is 131. باب فضل السلام والأمر بإفشائه, يعني the section of the bounty or the rank status of السلام, greeting of peace, saying السلام عليكم يعني, and the order with diffusing it, distributing it, making it public. We talked about the meaning of السلام, peace, and the source of it is Allah Azza wa Jal. So when I tell you السلام عليكم, and the peace, which peace? Peace of Allah. Peace of Allah be upon you. So first, I'm praying to Allah for you to have peace from Him. Second, I'm telling you that I believe in the same, and I'm coming with peace. So giving you safety also and security and support. And you are replying with the same. Wa alaikum salam. So that in itself, bonding, showing this brotherhood, showing this community, showing that we belong to the same religion, worshipping the same God, believing in the same messenger, wanting the mercy of Allah. We both agree on the same thing. I tell you and you reply. It is more just a greeting. It's not a hello, it's not how are you doing, it's not that. It's not a cultural, just a cultural greeting to be nice. You know, most of the greetings is just to be nice. And when you say, how are you doing, neighbor, hello, it's like you are not really actually, most of the time, concerned about how they are actually doing. The idea of this culture, for example, is everybody do not care what the other people do, as long as they are not affecting me. You understand? So when you tell somebody hi, well, what does it indicate anyways? Just being nice, hi, how are you doing? We're there, okay. But still you are. But the actual meaning of peace in Islam is, I'm giving you more than just, I care about you. We worship the same God. I want His mercy to be upon you. I want His blessings to be upon you. Wa barakatuhu, rahmatuhu, barakatuhu, assalamu alaikum. May the peace be upon you. May Allah's peace be upon you. And the mercy from Him comes upon you. So it's not only I'm saying hi, how are you doing, for myself to be safe. No, I'm asking for that. Your health, what's the blessing of Allah? Blessing in your health, in your wealth, with children, in your life. And when you have the peace of Allah, would you have any problems? No. When you have the mercy of Allah, will you have any suffering? No. You get the idea now, right? So when you say to somebody, Assalamu alaikum, you're giving it that whole package of perfection. Not from me, from the source. That's what I want for you. So it's not about me and you now. It is both of us want. And that's why you reply, same or more. To show actually that I want the same, or actually I want more for you. That's why Allah Azza wa Jalla said, if you are greeted with a greeting, reply with same or better. And better actually come first. And He said, reply with better or the same. Yani what is the advised, the preferred reply is wishing for the brother more than what he wished for you. And then the other person said, man, this guy wishing for me always better, I'm going to give him better. So it becomes like, not unintentionally, unconsciously, we are wishing the best for each other. Because if I reply with more for you, somebody will reply with more for me, and we reply with more with each other. So the whole community have that peace. Actually, they are asking for it. Now you understand why Rasulullah said, make salam among yourself? Yani I'm walking here, and I'm meeting different people. And each one of them and me competing who's going to say salam to who first. So the peace is there. Once Muslims get closer to each other, there is more peace. Subhanallah. And then they depart with that charge of peace from those whom they met, and they go meet other people, whether at home or something like that, and they bring that peace. So we actually live under the peace of Allah Azza wa Jal, if we truly mean it. It's not just a greeting, akhi. It's not a morning greeting or a night greeting or good evening or good. What is good evening? Yani I wish you good evening. Okay, I wish you good evening. But I pray that Allah give you a good evening. That has different weight now. Yes? So when I tell you Assalamu alaikum, yani from Allah. Wa rahmatullah. Yani Assalamu alaikum, salamullahi alaikum. Wa rahmatullahi alaikum. Wa barakatullahi alaikum. So it is not I'm telling you good morning. I'm telling you may Allah give you a good morning. You see, that's the difference here. So I don't have the ability to guarantee you a good morning. So I am praying to the one who have that ability to give you one. That's why Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when a brother or a person wishes you or does something good for you, what is the best reward that you give them back is to tell them Jazakallah khair. You know that? Yani you may do something, I might give you a gift. You become very happy with it. But you know, if I tell you Jazakallah khairan, actually this gift is nothing compared to that one. That I'm trying to tell you that I do not have the ability to reward you for what you did, so I'm asking our Lord both to give you according to His ability. Now I wish anything I do, people tell me Jazakallah khair. That's what I need. Khalas. Like in Surah Al-Insan, إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا يعني this is not my hope. This is not what I'm doing it for. It's out of politeness and etiquette, you say thank you, you become grateful, and we are advised in our religion to become grateful to people. But is this the reason I'm doing things? No. Is this the reason I'm helping you? Is this the reason I'm teaching you? Is this the reason that you are listening? No, this is not the reason. The actual reason is that you want the jaza and the reward from who? From Allah. This thanking and all that, it comes, it doesn't come. Yani, it's better to come. It makes us feel good about each other, but that's not the purpose you do things for. لا نريد منكم. If you do it, yes. If you do the jaza, okay. If you do the shukr, okay. But is this what I want? No. Not necessarily. Yani. This is what I want. What I want is Allah's reward. إِنَّا نَخَافُ مِنْ رَبِّنَا يَوْمًا عَبُوسًا قَمْطَرِيرًا. I'm doing it for that day, which is very hard, gloomy day. فَوَقَاهُمُ اللَّهُ شَرَّ ذَلِكَ الْيَوْمِ وَلَقَّاهُمْ نَضْرَةً وَسُرُورًا وَجَزَاهُمْ. So I don't want jaza from you. I don't want the reply from you. I want it from who? Allah. So Allah said, because that happened, I am going to reward them. وَجَزَاهُمْ بِمَا صَبَرُوا جَنَّةً وَحَرِيرًا. You know, and then Allah said, reward comes from me. And I did little things, and my reward is the paradise? Oh, wow. I do not want anybody to reward me for anything that's in this dunya. Basically, if I really have that nur in my heart, we are weak, you know. Sometimes we're looking at what is in the hand of people, slave servants like me, and what he's going to reward me with, yani. How much? What is actually the reward that the biggest person can give? Yani? Money? Position? Yeah? This body one day will not be able to enjoy that. Anything can happen. I become sick, I cannot enjoy all this food and all that thing that you're giving me, or the palace or the car or anything like that. I'll not be able to sit and drive the car. My legs hurt, my back hurt. Not enjoy all this big, huge house. I cannot even walk from the end to the end. I cannot climb the stair of the house, easily. What is that? But Allah said, I'll give you the health, I'll give you the wealth, I'll give you the blessings, I'll give you love in hearts of people. This is priceless. Don't you think it's priceless? It is priceless. When the whole community making dua for you, it's priceless, akhi. This you cannot give the whole money on earth. لو أنفقت ما في الأرض جميعا ما ألفت بين قلوبهم ولكن الله بينهم. If you spend every single resource on earth to bring the hearts of the people together and they love you, they will not be able to. But Allah is the one. So when I say Assalamu alaikum, I'm asking for that. And we can go on and on about salam, by the way. The depth of it. Depth of it is amazing. So next time when you say Assalamu alaikum, actually you are giving the world to your brother. Literally, And when you're going to look at them and wait for them to say same, Wa alaikum, yeah, please give me back. I prayed for you for this enjoyment, so I want you to say back. And imagine now if I tell everybody here, Assalamu alaikum, everybody said what? Shuf, how many blessings now? Ya akhi, I'm a winner. Why you are miser, Why are you miser? You find people and you look at them, oh, I don't know anybody here, and you walk away. Wallahi, loser, ya Shaykh, you lost a lot. You lost a lot. Imagine there are 10 people and you tell them Assalamu alaikum and 5 of them replied. You got 5 times ya akhi more. And maybe one of them is pious and righteous. Maybe one of them their dua is accepted. Maybe one of them between them and Allah is what is not between anybody in the community. You lose that chance. Just Assalamu alaikum. Even if they don't reply, akhi, the angels will say, this guy is no good. I'm giving you. So it's never a loss. Hadith of Abdullah. I think this is the hadith we stopped at. Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. عن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله عنه أن رجلا سأل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أي الإسلام خير؟ قال تطعم الطعام وتقرأ السلام على من عرفت ومن لم تعرف. واو. فعبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص is a great companion of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم and one of the young companions of the Prophet. Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم there are العبادلة their name start with Abdullah. Then Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, that was the oldest senior Sahabi from Mecca time, senior Sahabi. And then you have Abdullah ibn Umar ibn al-Khattab, Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, Abdullah ibn Abbas. Right? Abdullah ibn Abbas. For those Sahaba of Rasulullah, Abdullah ibn Amr, this one here, he was a very dedicated Sahabi from young age. From very young age, dedicated. Islam for him is life, like literally speaking. Not just a word. His father got him married when he's young. So when they used to get married when they are 12, 13, 14, that was simple, easy. For males, Females, there's another story now. But for males, they will get married when they were 13, 14, 15. And it doesn't matter about what is the age of the wife. Sometimes a 15, 16-year-old will marry a 35-year-old woman. Not a mushkil, Jabir ibn Abdullah, when his father died in the Battle of Uhud, he got married to an older woman. Older than him. A lot older than him. So he came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I got married. And here, sometimes you think Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was doing every marriage, attending every walima. No, marriage is ijab wa qabul. A man goes have dinner with the people, said, I want to marry your daughter. 2 witnesses there, he said, qabilt, khalas. She goes with him when he's leaving. And then he makes a walima tomorrow, people will know in the walima time. The issue of marriage was easy يعني. It's not بقى like a wedding و engagement و ring ومش الرينج وليمة كده يذبح خروف. He goes in front of the بتاع slaughter what is going on? Oh, I got married last night. كده يعني. فجابر married a woman older than him. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم telling him يا جابر he said I got married يا رسول الله. He said أبكرا أم ثيبة. شوف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يعني he said it's a young lady يعني virgin ولا not woman يعني he wants to know. هو صحابي young صحابي and he knows he's marrying for the first time. فhe said who you got married to يعني. It's like you know married from where. قال بل ثيب older woman. ثيب يعني a woman who was married before. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ألا بكرا تلاعبها وتلاعبك. يعني why you did not marry younger girl you know to play with you and have fun. قال يا رسول الله شوف الحكمة يعني النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said you're young why you did not marry a young girl يعني like you. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم teaching us through his questions there is lessons there. يعني what is the best for a young man a young woman. They grow together, they play together, they have fun together. Marriage for us is not like something you know like gloomy or responsible. لا يعني في برضو that issue. فسيدي يا رسول الله إن عبد الله أبوه يعني my father يعني عبد الله مات he died يعني شهيد في مثل أحد يعني وترك لي 9 بنات خرق. 9 بنات 9 and he is the only son and the older one. There are 9 girls older and younger than him يعني. He left for me 9 sisters immature. قال 9 بنات خرق. Not necessarily from the same mother يعني. Well, father is but all his offspring was what? Girls. And he is the only son. Means who's going to take care of those girls now? They're not married or anything. فآتيهن بخرقاء مثلهن. يعني يا رسول الله I have 9 girls who are immature. You want me to bring another immature girl يعني? يعني see he prefer the responsibility toward his sister over his own enjoyment. فهمتوا؟ فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال بارك الله لك. May Allah have barakah for you. So that tells you what? Sahaba used to marry when they were what? Young. Abdullah ibn Amr was like that. Yes. So this Abdullah ibn Amr, see, I love biographies of people for these things. Yeah, we can go to the hadith, but I don't leave the person if there is some interesting facts. Do you know Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As? He is the son of Amr ibn al-As, one of the great Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not only great Sahabi, before he's Sahabi, he's one of the smartest, most intelligent negotiators in the history of Arabs. From Ad wa Thamud, يعني, all the way to now, the Arab consider Amr ibn al-As, Muawiyah ibn Abu Sufyan, those people like people of intellect and negotiation and politics, and it's not easy and simple. You know, when the Quraysh people wanted to send someone to bring the companions of Rasulullah from Al-Habasha, Abyssinia, يعني, to negotiate with the king, they sent Amr ibn al-As when he was not a Muslim. So for Amr ibn al-As was like someone, يعني, that is the guy, that is the person when there are tough issues and situations and all of that. One time Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent Amr ibn al-As after he became Muslim, 6 months after. The leader of an army, it has Abu Bakr and Umar as soldiers. Umar ibn Khattab said, how come, man? This guy just become Muslim 6 months and he's... Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam to put him, Abu Bakr said, yeah, Umar, if Rasulullah knows in this position that me or you better than him, he would not put him. Don't think like that. And Nabi make a decision means it is the best. And he proved it. Amr ibn al-As proved that he is the man يعني, for the job. Later when they objected to certain things, he goes to Rasulullah, ask him, he answer. Then Abu Bakr looked at Umar and told him, I told you. I told you. For Amr ibn al-As was only, now listen to this, 11 years older than his son. Yes. The shortest, he married when he was how old? 10. And he has his child when he was what? 11. صاحبه كده أخوه الصغير. It's like his friend. هذا عبد الله بن عمرو. Yes. فعمرو بن العاص when he grew up 10, 11 year old, 12 year old, he's the man. It's not like this is not a child in our standards. He will become here the scholar of Houston when he's 11 years old. And I want you to think like that. An 11-year-old, not only scholar, لا leader بقى. كل بقى IGH ومسجد الفاروق و all of these kind of things, this man will handle it like this. مفيش مشاكل And everybody will give him the respect. It's not like, he's a child. لا. As someone who very sharp, will lead an army for you. Like Osama bin Zaid, like Abdullah ibn Amr, Abdullah ibn Umar. These youth of that time, جمعنا الله بهم في الجنة. May Allah gather us in Jannah to enjoy, to see the faces of these people. Like how they changed the history like that. مهم Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, he became a dedicated worshipper of Allah. شوف when somebody grew up, اليوث بقى now they want a PlayStation, or they want this, or they want that. كده in their head, I want the iPhone, I want the iPad, this is the dreams The good one he wants a good career. When you see somebody who said, he has a leveled head, that youth, he has a goal in what? Dunya. We respect said, he's immature, that is a kid. That's إمتى become a man? When he's responsible. What do you mean by responsible? He wants to get a degree and he wants to have a career. He's on a career path. That's for us is what a real man, a real person, a mature boy or girl. صح? But Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As has some other goals. Fasting every day. Reading Quran once a day. And كده and ختم one day. The whole Quran revealed ختم one day. And fasting every day. And making tahajjud every night. ما عندوش he does not have time. His father is a very rich man. Trader, business, all of that. Not spoiled. لا, he said, okay, خلاص. If my life, dunya, is taken care of, what should I do? That's it. Allah give me a gift that I don't need to worry about food or this or that. That's why I tell many youth, if Allah give you the blessings and you live in your parents' house, use that opportunity to do lots of good before you move out. Once you move out, خلاص يا حبيبي. You are in jail for the rest of your life. In the jail of work, of the job, of the career, of the wife, of the children. Yes. Isn't that a fact though? But when you are young, تلعبش كتير. Don't go play around. Pray as much as you can because you're going to be busier and busier and busier. Try to find time to worship. Even the times you have empty, you want to sleep because you're tired. Yes? So when you are young, you do that. Abdullah ibn Amr, smart. Like Abdullah ibn Abbas, very smart. When Rasulullah ﷺ passed away, he was 13 years old. And he said, I have a friend from Al-Ansar. I told him, friend, let's wake up and collect the sunnah of our Prophet ﷺ. We are younger. He told him, me and you collect the sunnah. Who you think you are? The Ansari. Abdullah ibn Abbas said, I am doing it regardless. And he became Abdullah ibn Abbas later. In few years only. Few years only. 2 years for Abu Bakr as-Siddiq time and 2 years in Umar's time, and he became in the majlis of Khalifa. Khalifa consulted with him in the affairs of the Ummah. هذا Abdullah ibn Abbas. So smart Sahaba, kids make these decisions, ya Shaykh. Nobody was making that decision for them. Me and you now make decisions for our children, right? We tell them what to do. That child was raised properly, became able to know what to do. We worry about instruction. we give our children instruction. We don't give them تربية. فهمتم يا اخوانا الفرق؟ في رعاية وفي ايه؟ تربية. الرعاية means caring, physical, emotional, everything. You worry about their well-being. That's good. But that's رعاية, babysitting يعني. What is that called? Babysitting. Caring about your children is caring about their sleep, about their food, about their, if they're happy or not, education. هذه رعاية. يعني somebody watching somebody. فين التربية بقى؟ تربية is to teach them how to think, not what to think. That's instruction. But تربية is how to think, how to follow rules, how to make rules. Like we study Shaykh Abdul Razak for big master degree to learn policy making. Why? Because we did not learn that when we were young. You have to go to Harvard to learn it. هذه messed up. This is messed up society for me. That somebody 50 years old have to go to a Ivy League college to learn policy making. These guys used to take it with the breast milk. أيوة. They will grow up in policy making. Sahaba around them. Plus they learn how to think. So that tarbiyah is to teach your child how to think, how to take initiative, how to design, create a policy, how to solve problems, how to react to things. Through this community education, they lead the world. So you take that Sahabi from this environment, put them in Kufa or Al-Basra or in Egypt, they lead the world. Isn't that what they teach people? Selective people like this, they want to teach that? That was there, everybody has it in them. That's why Allah chose this Sahaba for Rasulullah, like He chose Rasulullah for this Ummah. So Abdullah ibn Amr was like that. But his father saw like he's worshipping. He said, let me get this boy anchored, Let me get him married. So he got him married to a very beautiful girl from a beautiful family. Ansar وكده, right? Medina. So the morning comes the next day, in the morning, parents check on the bride, on the same house, right? The mother goes, how are you doing, daughter? What is going on? Daughter-in-law, how was your first night with us? كده like this. The father is asking her, قال كيف عبد الله? Your husband, how's your husband? Treated you good? She said, والله نعم العبد عبد الله ما كشف لنا سترا. Abdullah is the best servant of Allah. He did not even remove my niqab. He did not uncover my face. ما شافش وشي he did not uncover my face. What does uncover my face mean as if I don't exist that night. First night of his marriage, that doesn't exist. لا إله إلا الله. What? ماذا؟ قائم طول الليل. He's standing in the qibla قيام مالوش في الزواج. He said, why you did this to me? أنا مش بتاع كده His understanding is not the right understanding, but I'm just telling you what type of, in our kid. We call this kid over here. صح? Teenager. What is a teenager? Trouble. The minute you hear somebody 13, 14, until 19, يبقى أنا وأنت متفقين على إيه? What are we agreed on upon here? Once you hear this, يا أخي, may Allah help you. صح? Oh, I have 2 teenage children. Ya salam, this brother is a hero. You see the idea? Where are we now? At that time, you have an 11-year-old, 12-year-old. MashaAllah, may Allah give you barakah in this man that you are raising. And if it is a girl, this woman, she will make you a grandfather in no time. In no time. Once she's 12, 13-year-old, well, خلاص, you are a grandfather. خلصت الحكاية, finished. You think the people will leave your daughter كده alone until she become 20 years old? لا, at that time, no. It doesn't work like that. The woman, she is prepared, well prepared by the age she's 8 or 9 years old. Well prepared to run a house. Well prepared. Well prepared. Not lightly prepared. She knows how to make noodles. لا. لا, she knows how to run the affairs of the house. Run the affairs of the house. Bear children. Take care of her husband. Take care of his parents. Take care of the household. 9 years old. And I saw that with my eyes. In our village, يعني, girls, يعني, once they learn how to walk, they go do this, sweep, you know. A girl is like 10, 11, 12 year old, she knows how to cook. 14, 15, she knows how to bake bread. And then after that, خلاص, she is running the house while her mother is taking care of her father. This girl is doing all the chores in the house. And if there are 2, 3 girls, mashallah, this house is blessed. And everybody looks, oh, you want a good wife? From that house. You see the culture, ya akhi, is all related together, ya akhwana. It's a system. We are very wrong when we pick one aspect and think that we're going to apply it. La, if I want a wife for my son, where I'm going to look? To that kind of family who's raising their daughter from young age to be a good wife. Do you think I'm going to take someone that they spoil their daughter all the time? لا طبعا. I'm going to tell my son, you see your mom, what she's doing? You want someone like this? Yes, Baba, I want someone like my mom to you. So from that house right there. They know how to raise their girls. You see, every time one of their daughters or one of their girls marry someone, very successful. And you find people lined up for that. And they're not going to wait until that girl becomes 17, 18. How she's going to remain, يعني. Because, you know, it is supply and demand. عارفين supply and demand? Once the man, his wife, deliver a baby girl, people start thinking already. The one who have the son, he thinks about it. And the one who have the daughter, he's thinking which husband I will. And that's a community successful. Become successful like that. When you start thinking on that level. So Abdullah ibn Amr did like this. So the father went and said, is this true? He put his head down. He punched him. He pushed his son like this. How do you do like this to your wife in the first night? This is coming from a household. This is kind of like humiliating to the woman. Yeah. If her husband does not, you know, touch her or care about her, even say salamu alaikum. Yani we're not talking about sexual relation. We're talking at least, yani, this is your wife, halal now. Ya akhi, talk with her. Have a meal with her, right? Make her feel safe. She's coming from the house of her father where she was taken care of big time, right? Now she coming to you, at least, yani, how are you doing? This is what I like, this is what it's like. Inshallah, we'll have a good life. Pray 2 rak'ah together. Yani, we're not talking about like the physical relationship that has to be done. No, I'm not saying that. He's not saying that. She did not ask for that. That's not what the whole conversation is about. Yani. The whole conversation is like this man as if there is no woman sitting in his room. Yani. And he dragged him to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Wallahi akhuduka li Rasulillah. For me and you, no talking until I take you to Rasulullah to see this. This is banat al-nas, yani. This woman came from a family, a respected family, and you break her heart like this in the first night, I take you to Rasulullah. So this Rasulullah said, Ya Abdullah, why? He said, Ya Rasulullah, I love Qiyamul Layl. He tell him, make Qiyam, last part of the night. He said, I can do more. He tell him 1/3 of the night, I can do more, I can do more. He told him, Rasulullah said, La, you sleep, 1/3 of the night. You wake up and then you rest again. That is the Qiyam Dawood, alayhi salam. He said, okay. Siyam, he said, I love to fast every day. He said, no. You fast 3 times a month. He said, I can do more. He said, okay, twice a week. He said, I don't do more. He told him every other day and that's it. Siyam Dawood. He said, okay. Quran, he said, every night. He said, once a month you finish. He said, I do more. طبعا الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم, why he is going with Abdullah from the least to the most, teaching the ummah. And when a case in front of him, he's not talking to that case only. He talks to giving everybody options now. You do once a month. So everybody said, oh, I can do that? All right, good, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. So then I can do more. Now Abdullah is showing the other side. Yani. People can relate to also. So he passed the next station. Yani. He said, we can do more. He said, okay, finish it every 10 days. He said, I can do more. I said, finish it every Jum'ah, every 7 days. He said, do more. He said, 3 days and that's it. Finish the Quran every 3 days and that's it. So now he committed to Rasulullah. Rasulullah said, this is what it is. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I promise you, I'll do what we agreed on. He said, Ya Abdullah, إن لبدنك عليك حق إن لربك عليك حق وأهلك عليك حق وزورك الزيارة يعني the visitors. For Allah there is a right upon you. For your family there is a right upon you. For your household, your wife يعني, and your children in the future, have a right upon you. And you have a right upon yourself. And visitors have a right upon you. فأعطي كل ذي حق حقه. يعني give everyone the right. Don't consume yourself even in worship يعني. Don't do that. For Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Nabi al-Rahmah, يعني he came to teach people worship, but he said, don't consume that. Don't make you're consumed in ibadah. Well, you are in the life also. Business, work, children. يعني give everybody the right without transgression. Maybe يا عبد الله يمتد بك عمر. Maybe you become old and you will not be able to do this, what we agreed on. He said, I'll do it, Ya Rasul. Abdullah later, when he became old, he said, I wish I took the rukhsa of Rasulullah. I wish I told you I'll finish Quran every month and I'll fast 3 days a month. But since I committed to Rasulullah, he said, the days I become sick, I make them up. So he is fasting every other day. A week he's sick, he makes a week straight fasting. So what he committed himself to do when he was young, it became very hard for him when he is old. What he committed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also became hard for him. يعني Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, that is the one, right? فهو he is طبعا يا شيخ امال ايه فهي is saying a person came to Rasulullah and said, Ya Rasulullah, ayyul Islam khair? Which part of Islam is good? He's not saying here that the rest of the parts of Islam is not good or less good. No. He is asking for a specific advice. Yani give me some advice, I work on it. That is the meaning. When I come to Rasulullah, when a Sahabi comes to Rasulullah, said, Ya Rasulullah, what is the dearest action to Allah? Number one, the question of the person is not to single out an action as the best and dearest action to Allah, categorically speaking. He's not asking about that. He's asking Rasulullah for an example of a amal to be assigned. Yani when I tell you, give me the best advice, and I give you an advice, is this my best advice ever? Yani? Maybe a person comes tomorrow, asks the same question, I give him better advice than yours. Maybe I gave already in the past better advice than yours. But at this situation, the way you ask me for advice best for you. So that Sahabi comes and he says, Ayul a'mali afdal. What is the best? Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Jihad fi sabilillah. Another person comes, he said, It'am at-ta'am, feeding people. So he looks to the person. What is best for that person at that time? Specifically. Yeah, maybe that person come and ask a question 10 years. I give him a different answer. So when I'm replying, that's number two, I'm not replying with ultimate categorical thing. And the person who is asking, he's not asking a question categorically, what is the best in Islam? Ayul Islami khair. Yani the rest of Islam is not khair? No, kullu khair. But yani, what would you advise me to do? Which, like somebody come and said, which branch of knowledge you think is best, Shaykh? Right? And I look at you, I know you, I said, study fiqh. Does that mean every single person on the face of earth asking me the question, I tell him study fiqh? No. He comes to me and says, you know what, study seerah. I'm not telling you that studying knowledge, period, is the best is fiqh. I'm not saying that. I'm saying for you, this, what I feel, is that. For that's the type of question. Ayul Islami khair? What's the good part of Islam, يعني the best part of Islam? قال تطعم الطعام. ما قال تطعم الفقراء. He said تطعم الطعام. He did not say feeding the مساكين. That has its own value. But تطعم الطعام period. مسكين or not مسكين. يعني making food. That's why some people think that making a barbecue or making a dinner and inviting people and cooking good food is kind of يعني exaggeration. لا. Exaggeration if it is beyond your means. Or you're trying to show off. But if you make food and invite people and no food will be thrown, somebody will eat it. Huh? Alhamdulillah. You get reward for this. Sayyidina Ibrahim, the guests came to him, they are not poor يعني. Guests. He went and brought the best حنيذ يعني عجل كامل. 3 people يعني will eat 1 calf. Huh? فيعني انت you put in front of your guests a lot of food. طالما تقدر. And after they finish, feed it to your family. Feed it to people. Bring it to the masjid for people to eat. No مشكلة يعني. فإطعام الطعام the نية of feeding people, subhanAllah, it opens hearts. So whenever you make food, people come. That's why many people say, Ya Shaykh, people will come only when you cook food in the masjid. And what are you trying to indicate? They came for food, but they're not for Allah, يعني? Is that what you're trying to say? What's the problem if they come to the masjid because of food? Wallah, let's cook every day, يعني. In my opinion, if this is what's going to make people come more for Salat al-Jama'ah, they came to pray Jama'ah, but because there is food. يعني, why you assume that people came for food, not for Salah? يعني, why you have to go that think negative like this? Ya akhi, maybe people do not come to the masjid because the wife prepared dinner and all of this and he's working all day long. يعني, maybe that's the reason. So if they have dinner in the masjid, they will all come. It's not because يعني, they're looking for dinner. مشبعانين في البيت يعني. They're rich, they have money. They come to the masjid for food. Why? It saves issues يعني. يعني 2 birds with 1 stone. Huh? Instead of cooking. في رمضان الناس تأتي المسجد for iftar. Fine. Even the person who, some people, they will tell me, Shaykh, there are these brothers and sisters, they come for iftar and before Isha, they leave. Huh? So what? Why you assume bad about people? Even if that's their intention, why you assume bad? يا أخي عايز صلاة التراويح في البيت. What's your problem يعني? He wants to pray at home. Maybe you have an emergency. Maybe you have a situation. Maybe there are children that need babysit. I don't know. But why you have to, يعني, if me and you brainstorm, we will find 100 excuses that a person can go being good. I left the masjid many times at the time of the adhan, and people will see me when I'm leaving, and they are coming in. They assume that, oh, look at the Shaykh, he leaves the masjid and that. Why you have to start with this? Who told you what really dragged me from here? Maybe I'm under stress. Maybe I'm distressed at this time, which is the case most of the time. Maybe some people, they are fighting, and they called me and said, please, Shaykh, come save this family. And it is the time for Salah. And I know if I'm delayed, there will be a problem there. Sometimes there is a family that have domestic abuse. Sometimes there is a child who is having an issue, left the house or something. Sometimes a wife is like standing outside because her husband is not thinking properly. Lots of things. Why you don't assume any of that? I'm not telling you that's always the case, but assume good about your brother, even if you are 100% sure that he left without an excuse. Create one for him. Cover him. حتى لو هو يعني غلطان. We don't want this to become spread in the community. Because this is what it is now. Everybody assume negative على طول. Right away. Right away. People are ready to believe negative يا أخي. عجيب. والله أمر عجيب. Huh? The default, Shaykh, when someone said, oh, did you hear what this brother did? What did he do? Oh, he did such and such. La ilaha illallah. I always felt bad about him. شوف, right away. Right away. Subhanallah, now I understand why he was doing like this. Same guy, if he wins the election or something, oh, I always thought he's bright. Bad in both cases. So, you only assume good about your brother when you have a maslaha, when you have a benefit, when he has power, when he has money. You will always assume good about that person. The minute somebody did, and he does not affect you, حتى إمام المسجد. made a mistake or something like that, خلاص, all the 10 years of service is gone to the garbage. Willing to, mashallah, skin him alive right there. والله لا تسألون يوم القيامة عن ذلك. You will be asked in the day of judgment. Wallahi, these people, wallahi, I swear by Allah, each and every one will be asked يوم القيامة. When somebody fall down in Egypt, they say when the bull that was scaring everybody comes down, everybody pulls their knife. Only when he's down. لما يقع الثور تكثر السكاكين. But when he's standing like this, في حد dare to come closer? Huh? Come close to the bull, you'll get the horn. صح? When he's standing like this, you play with the bull, you get what? في example هنا كده. There is a proverb here, right? You come close to the bull, you get the horn. But the bull, يا عيني ما شاء الله, he has a problem, fell down. Oh, everybody has a knife now, ما شاء الله, courage بقى و strong. أنا اللي هذبحه I'm the one who's going to slaughter this big bull. This bad bull, you know, you scared us all this time. Here you go. Slaughter. Where was your shaja'a when he was standing there like huh? Where was it? That shows not what kind of bull, what kind of people. تطعم الطعام وتقرئ السلام على من عرفت ومن لم تعرف. And you say salam to those you know and those you do not know. يعني as you, it's enough for you to know that he or she is a Muslim. بس. That's why I'm telling you, it's great when you meet a Muslim that you don't know. You tell them salam, you practice the sunnah. Assalamu alaikum. You know, I went to Chicago recently. And subhanallah, there is an area there, all Muslims كده. I thought I'm working in Karachi or Cairo or somewhere. Really, يعني. Even the stores, ومكتوب بالعربي, you know, Urdu, English, mashallah, restaurants. This is a restaurant and this is a musalla and this is this shop or that shop or the clothes. Mashallah, you see the sisters wearing niqab and pushing the stroller. حياة جميلة. You know, like I'm just standing like there in the intersection and I'm looking. Is this America? Where is Trump, man? Bring him here. يعني شيء يفرح. It makes you feel good. I'm not saying it out of discrimination or racism. No. That is actually what America should be. Multicultural. You go in a place, you find Chinatown. You go in a place, you find these people. You find this people. Good. Everybody belongs, akhi. Everybody what? Belongs. You feel safe. I have a community here. I'm with the larger community, yes. But I know when I go to the masjid, I'm a community. We like each other, right? I feel very good when I come here for Maghrib and Isha. In the weekend, I find some sisters playing with their children, wallah, in the masjid. I feel so good about it. When my kids said, Baba, can we go to Maghrib and Isha with you? Say, well, because our friends are playing there. Say, come on, but one condition, guys, you're going to pray with us. Say, okay, make a deal. They come, play, then they pray, then go play again. Everybody's a winner. They came because of the attraction of the game, but they ended up doing what? Salah, alhamdulillah. Very good. فألقي السلام على من عرفت ومن لم تعرف. You see a Muslim, يوم الجمعة, I want us to practice this inshallah. يوم الجمعة. How many salams you said to people you don't know? By the way, knowing their face means you know them, but you did not know them enough. So inshallah, whenever we have a jama'ah like this, when you have breakfast, try to know each other. You'll be surprised. There are people who have qualifications you never imagined it exists in the community. I tell you, I know what I'm talking about. You know, sometimes you sit, you don't know what this brother is working, what this brother is working. We don't know. There's a level. There's the next level of knowing somebody. I'm not going to abuse or manipulate anything. I just want to know. In the community, you will find the doctor, and the engineer, and the programmer, and the scholar in their science, the teacher, and the personal trainer in sports. And you're going to find like people who have skills that you don't know. Maybe a skill that they are actually not practicing, but they're good at. If the community are aware of each other, successful. So we don't say salam to each other. That's why I haven't started. You start with the key. تقرأ السلام على من عرفت ومن لم تعرف. في حديث آخر يعني you give salam even, okay, if somebody asks, can I give salam even to a person who is disobedient? All right, let me tell you another rule, okay, before we say. You socially cut off somebody if it is going to benefit them. If it's going to make them worse, you do not cut them off. يعني the reprimanding is relative. Reprimanding is relative. Sometimes there is social cut-off. Yani people don't talk to somebody because he is committing major sin. Why? Because it is very important for that person to belong to the community. He cares about that, but he is disobeying. So once the people start taking a side, he said, no, I cannot risk that. So they stop their disobedience. You get the idea. So if that is the case, then do it. Don't say salam to him, because it's going to kill him if nobody is giving salam. Like the 3 Sahaba who commit the major sin of not going with Rasulullah for jihad without excuse. He came and asked everybody to boycott them. Yeah? For 40 days. And for them, that was like murder. Execution would have been even easier. So that is called reprimanding. That's called reprimanding, to taste what does it mean to live in a community who do not care about you. But now, you do that, they will migrate to another country. They will go to the next town. They will go have a roommate and do something even worse. Yes? So I have to be very careful. So he said, I say salam. Before you say, I say salam to somebody disobedient, ask yourself that question. Yani. What would not saying salam do? It's going to fix them or make them worse? If it's going to make them worse, actually you should say salam. Maybe this will bring something in their heart. Assalamu alaikum, how are you doing? May Allah guide you. May Allah, something like that. And then move on. You don't have to befriend them. You don't have to befriend them, and you don't have to. No. Salam is the minimum connection you keep. If not having it will cause a bigger problem. That's your standard, like there. So what is the minimum? I tell you, just salam. Oh, Shaykh, his family is giving me a hard time and this and that. I said, salam. Best. Yeah, at least there's a connection, because when there is a connection, you did not cut off. When you cut off, people act upon that. It is like somebody in the arena, wrestling arena, and they realize that they're going to die no matter what. They're going to do something drastic before they die. Don't you think? They're going to do something drastic. If I'm 100% I'm dying, so let me do something like nobody can imagine. And that can hurt more people than you think. So when you cut somebody off, you have to know what they're going to do when they are desperate, what they're going to do when they despair from. Do you know the ayah of Allah Azza wa Jalla, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. Those who transgressed all the limits, Allah kept a door for them. Why? To show the rahmah of Allah, of course. But why? Because out of Allah's mercy, Allah does not want them to be despaired, and they act out of that. They become worse. See the hikmah of Allah? So sometimes you have to leave a chance for somebody. So salam has to be there as long as you know there is a benefit, or it's going to prevent harm. Not bringing benefit, but not bringing harm either. So continue doing it. It's preventing worse. Okay? How long is Shaykh? 5? وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه في حديث البخاري ومسلم، أبو هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال صلى الله عليه وسلم said, خلق الله آدم على صورته طوله 60 ذراعا. Allah created Adam on the way that you see humans now. على صورته ليس على صورة الله يعني. على صورته يعني الصورة المعهودة يعني the head eyes يعني Adam was created on his image, Adam's image يعني. His height was 60 ذراعا 60 arms span. والرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام said 60 ذراعا يعني الذراع that they knew يعني of a regular person at the time of Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. How tall was Adam? 60 of this. From here, from your middle finger all the way to your elbow. هذا اسمه ايه؟ ذراع. What is this called? ذراع. هذا الشبر وهذا الذراع وهذا الباع. They have like some measurement that's from the middle of the chest here until your middle finger. باع. وفي هذا الذراع وفي هذا الشبر. شبر يعني hand span. That's why Allah Azza wa Jalla said, whoever comes toward me shibran أتيته إيه؟ ذراعا. And who gives me ذراعا أتيته باعا. And who comes to me walking I come running. يعني measurement يعني. So Adam was 60 of this. This is what, 2 feet? About 2 feet? صح؟ About يعني less, more or less 2 feet. For 60 of this يعني 120 feet tall. Adam was created like this. فعلا الديناصورز دي كان rabbits كده running around. يعني 120 feet. How many stories? How tall is the one story? 10, 11? Huh? What 10, 11? So 12 stories. في عندك building كده 12 stories. يعني آدم كده walking downtown. ها؟ downtown Houston. يعني all this will be under him. يمشي كده in one of our neighborhoods كده يعني all these houses will be in his knee يعني. فهذا آدم عندما خلقه الله عز وجل. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فما زال الخلق يتقاصرون. يعني since Adam people are getting shorter. طبعا shorter it comes over time يعني every 1,000 years ولا كده a change will happen. It doesn't happen sudden يعني. You know like 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter in every generation كده the average يعني. Right? But there are some people tall, some people يعني who is the tallest guy now? 8 feet يعني. ما فيش يعني خلاص that is not there. But can you imagine 120 feet يعني we're talking 10 times taller than the tallest guy that we have now. Can you in perspective يعني. So when Allah created him like this فلما خلقه when Allah created him and he stayed like صلصال كالفخار he stayed like clay dry clay for a while يعني. الشيطان كان يمشي حوله كده. Look what is going to happen to this statue يعني. And when Allah Azza wa Jal gave the ruh, he became flesh and blood. Amazing. The life came into that clay creature and he became flesh and blood. Then everybody come from him, come flesh and blood. You understand that only Adam went through this process. That he is soil, water is added to it, it became clay, and it then became a clay with a smell. من طين لازب, من حمأ مسنون, all of these like stages. And then it became hard clay, صلصال كالفخار, يعني means you do like this, it will give you a sound. Dry, يعني. It dried. Pottery, they make the dirt to put the water and the add and all that until they make the whatever they call it, the clay يعني material, and then after that they kind of form it to the part that they want, and then after that they put it to dry and they put fire on it until it becomes whatever it is, and then they, but it stays as it is, an object. So Adam went through this, and then the shape of a human being like a statue. You see a statue. And that's one of the reasons statue is haram, because you're imitating the creation of Allah without the soul. Aywa. Then Allah put the soul on him in a way that Allah knows. What is the soul? We don't know. How did it enter his body? We don't know. What is the transformation from an object to become a living creature? That's a sirr. قُلُ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. We do not know how it happened. Just find him like this. When Adam find himself alive now, he was not born to created kun fayakun. I don't know how he felt at that time. Then قال الله له, Allah told him, اذهب فسلم على أولئك. Go say salam to this group of angels sitting there. النفر من الملائكة جلوس. فاستمع ما يحيونك فإنها تحيتك وتحية ذريتك. Go greet them and see what they say back to you. What you say, what they tell you is your greeting and your offspring greeting. So the greeting of peace is from Adam. But people twist and do things. يعني السلام عليكم is from Adam's time. فقال السلام عليكم. يعني Allah taught him what to say. مش علم آدم الأسماء كلها. Allah taught him what to say. يعني go tell them السلام عليكم and see what they reply. That kind of formula is yours and your offsprings. فقال السلام عليكم. Peace be upon you. قالوا السلام عليك ورحمة الله. So they increased what? رحمة of Allah, mercy of Allah. فزادوه ورحمة الله. بركاته that came later, the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All these ayat, ahadith, telling us the beauty of salam. Inshallah we'll continue with this section following week بإذن الله تعالى. If Allah give us life, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa baraka ala Sayyidina Muhammad, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.